Is them seats back there in the regular airplane? That's hard for you to get in, I bet, ain't it?
Yeah, well, it really depends. So, flew out to Houston on a United flight, and I sat in the regular business class, which is okay.
Now, hold on a minute. I know when you get on the plane, you got first class right there. Then big seats.
Most
where
planes
you spread out.
Most planes, you got a first class section.
Yeah. Then the next one, is that business class?
It's business.
What's different about it?
They go 3 wide instead of 2. First class 2 wide. Business class goes 3 wide, and they're bigger, fluffier seats. And then after that, you got economy.
Coach.
Yeah, HMO section.
Yeah. And that is basically just the lawn chairs with bungee cords holding them in.
Gotcha.
Pretty much. And those are real narrow, and I don't do that. I'm not. If somebody booked
me, I start
to
saying you're just not a narrow person.
No. If somebody booked me a flight and they said, "Hey, we got you economy," I'd say, "I'll take a different flight and not be in economy." So sorry you wasted your money, but not doing that. So I flew out there on a United in a business section, and thought we were going to luck up and not have nobody sitting between me and my coworker. No, sir, it's not how they do it. They pack them things full. And so we had a Spaniard fella.
Spaniard?
Yeah, old Spaniard gentleman who sat down between us and didn't speak a lot of English.
How could you tell he a Spaniard? You have one of them little painter hats on, low underpants hat, turned backwards?
He had a baseball hat of like a made-up team.
Oh, didn't say Spain on it?
No, which is something that I would probably wear. And you could just, if you got a good look at him, you could tell he's not from around here,
Did he smell like mustard by chance, or like any of that? Don't Spaniards smell like mustard a little bit?
I don't know if they smell like mustard. This guy kind of smelled like dirt and like outdoors, like sun.
Outdoorsy dirt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Outdoor dirt is what he smelled like. So we had a fine ride out there, and then coming back was better because I booked my own ticket, and so all they had left on that flight was first class.
That's all they had left.
Yeah, well, you do what you got to do.
So
you took one for the company, didn't you?
Well, I think the ticket to go out there was like $311, and that was just a random business seat or whatever. Well, taking home, I decided, I got to be out here for a week, so I'm going to get home as efficiently and as comfortably as possible. So the ticket home was like $370 or something like that. So
but you was in first class.
You paid $60 for a Cuba Libre.
Pretty much.
Without the lime.
With no lime, yeah. So I sit down, and we're having to wait because they haven't catered the plane yet, which basically means on that short of a flight, we ain't got no fresh ice and drinks yet. So we're sitting there waiting for them to bring in the fresh stuff, and that lady's like, "Hey, you want a drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, that's, whatever." So I get me one. And
sound like you. Yeah. You want a drink? Well, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, sir.
And you only got the one?
Sir, we get ready to go in church. Oh, whatever.
Yeah. We got time. We're early. And so, and I thought the whole day I was checking the little seat map, and nobody had booked that seat beside me. I was like, oh, this is finna be nice. I'm finna be able to figure out how to get around this armrest. And so, as I'm sitting there waiting on my drink, a little tiny, small, he wasn't tiny. He was very thin. He probably weighed 79 pounds or something.
Was it Ethiopian?
Nope, little white fella.
No,
and,
white fella, he said.
He sat down next to me, and he wanted to chit-chat a little bit, and so I obliged, before we got in the air.
Let me get this right. This little 79-pound fella and you was talking, was y'all talking about food by chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, that's my forte.
Just wondering.
He don't seem to be about that life. And so we chat a little bit, and he's, asking me what I do, and I'm like, I talk to you until we get in there, and then I put these headphones in, and I shut the fuck up. So I asked him what he did, and he's a defense analyst, or some kind of analyst for the DOJ, and I'm like, oh, you fancy.
DOJ?
I'm out here. Yeah. I said, I'm selling shit. I'm not you doing what you do. But he looks like he might have made that up because he's not dressed appropriately for that. But it is 8:30 at night, so I'm sure he's off the clock. Whatever. So he tells me that his fiance is a flight attendant. I'm like, oh, cool. That's that's cool. And I said, which airline? He said, American. I said, oh, she on this flight? He said, no, my fiance's in Atlanta, and that's where I'm going to meet up, and then we're going to fly back home together on my fiance's flight. And I said, oh, cool. I don't think shit about it. I don't, one, don't care. 2, let's get this thing in the air so I can get home. 3, I don't care. Again. And so I'm sitting there. I put my headphones in. We get in the air, and he's texting, and I'm thinking, oh, he got the Wi-Fi package. And I was a little jealous. I was like, maybe share that hotspot with me, fam, so I can watch some TV. And so he's texting, and then he gets his phone, and he lays it on the armrest right here. And the picture on the back of my phone is like a black screen with some colors. The picture on the back of his phone is him and another dude smiling real big, and I was like, that's why he didn't say, I'm gonna meet her, or she and I are gonna and I was like, yay. But it didn't bother me, didn't try to molest me or nothing, so I was fine. We made it. And then his dude, fucking idiot, he goes, man, I don't want to piss you off, but I didn't pay for this flight. I said, you didn't? He said, nah, they had a couple available seats, and my fiance got me hooked up on this, so I go out to Atlanta and meet my fiance, and we could fly back together. I was like, oh, that's cool. He said, I didn't want to tell you and piss you off. I said, well, a couple things. You could have just not told me. One.
You did tell me now.
2.
Second, don't give a damn.
Yeah. I don't care. And 3.
Because I didn't pay for it either.
I didn't pay for it either. My company did, so we're cool, brother. So it was a good flight. Getting the rental car afterwards was kind of a nightmare, but that's a longer story that's not really funny at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I walked
getting a rental car is usually not.
Yeah, rental car is usually not a topic of conversation that, you really want to go.
The bigger issue was I had to walk 2.5 miles to get to the damn thing because the train wasn't running. So it was anyway.
I do have one rental car. I may have told this on here before, but I'll tell it again.
Yeah, tell it right now.
They used to race every Labor Day down in Darlington.
Yeah.
There for a long time, the race was actually on Labor Day on Monday. But, of course, they moved it back to Sunday, and the crew I was on, we did the Saturday race stuff. But anyway, for people that don't know, 15, 20 years ago, they decided that it was just too damn hot
to race
in Darlington to race on Labor Day.
Huh.
So
And it was hot.
It was hotter than the hinges on the gates of hell, what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So they decided to move the race on Labor Day
to New Hampshire,
California.
Which seems like it's going to be hot.
We got off the plane that first year they went to California. Went to the rental car place, and on the big little, I guess it's LEDs or lighted sign out front there at the rental car, 111 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this didn't work out quite like y'all planned it. Should have went to New Hampshire.
Right.
But no, they moved it to California where it was hotter than the hubs on a hell wagon.
Yeah. Well, funny that you mentioned that because I let my coworkers set this trip up, right, for me to go to Dallas and Houston and Tulsa. And so I was like, he's like, hey, I'm going to figure out a week for us to go. I'm like, cool, whatever. Don't care. Do it. And so he says, we're going this week. I'm like, cool. So we get our flights, get our hotels, get our whatever, And we get out there and we land in Houston. And we landed at 8 o'clock Monday morning. It was 94 degrees at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I'd have got back straight on that plane. Take me back.
And
so you'd have said, give me another one of them rum and cokes.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
saying
I
before
thought,
I get off.
Well, all right. Maybe it'll, maybe we're on the tail end of the hot streak. No.
Tail end of the hot streak.
Yeah, we were on the face end of it because it was, we went to Waco one day and I was watching the news before I got out of bed and got ready, and it said high today is 101. The heat index is 120. I text my co-workers I was traveling with, I was like, hey guys, y'all do it without me today. I'm gonna stay in bed. They say it's gonna be 120 degrees outside. I'm not built for that.
I ain't doing that.
I'm hot watching the news.
Yeah, I got too much body for that. I'm not. Nah. But we did it, and as soon as I walked out of the hotel, I was sweating. I was like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm already sweating. This is not going to be a good day. But it happened. Did the trip. It was good. Got to see some sights. Got to...
What kind of sights?
Well...
You see the Alamo?
No. You know what? Maybe I didn't get to see sights. I got to see, like, interstate.
This is lots of quality interstate.
Mm-hmm. I got to... what else did I see? I saw the inside of a Buc-ee's, which you kind of have to. Especially when you're in Texas.
Was it a big super duper Buc-ee's?
Oh yeah. They don't.
Speaking of Buc-ee's, you know we got one coming to Anderson. I can confirm that we got one coming to Anderson.
Do we have one coming to Anderson?
Where at?
Yeah.
Where's it gonna be?
Interstate.
Which exit?
Oh, now that it's the one. Let me think what the name of it might be. Well, you know where the last QT is at?
Yeah.
The last QT. No, I don't know.
Well, if you're going from Greenville to Georgia, the last QT, that exit right there, between that exit and the next two exits. So it ain't River Road. It's on back down that way a little bit. I can't think of the name of it.
Well, I don't know. There's 81 comes out there on exit 21.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exit 21.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's 21. Yeah, they putting it right there. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be nice. I mean, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but it's also gonna be nice.
Well, it ain't gonna be a pain in the ass.
Well, they're gonna cut their own
exit.
They do their own roads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be fine.
We went to the Buc-ee's, and I got some snacks, and I got a T-shirt for somebody at the office.
Did you use a buggy to do your shopping? Or
We was with you when you did that, Kay.
No, I did it again this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
So in other words, you went to Texas to go to Buc-ee's.
Pretty much, yeah. That was one of the highlights of the trip. Went to a really fancy Mexican restaurant for some reason.
A fancy Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I don't even know how you have it. It was like tablecloths and folded down accoutrements, cutlery, you know.
Folded cutlery,
yeah. And but it was a good trip. I got to see, I saw Dabo at the airport in Dallas on the way back.
What was Dabo doing in Dallas?
No idea. Had a child with him. Hope it was his. I mean, I assume it was.
He was out recruiting children.
Yeah. So I chatted with him for a second, and
he remembered you.
If he didn't remember me, he sold it well like he did. You know, once I gave him the groundwork of how we met and how I knew him, he was like, man, how you doing? He's like, yeah, I remember. He's like, how's your dad? I was like, holy shit, he might actually remember me. But I'm alive, so he kind of knew I had a dad.
Yeah.
So it's kind of not, you know. But anyway, and then I saw a very unique sight in the airport.
Unique to who? The airport or you?
Probably unique to everyone, honestly, because it's rare to see this out in the wild, like Earth.
Out in the wild, he said. What did you see out in the wild at the airport?
I was waiting to board my plane, so I was in line just kind of people watching because I can see over everybody, you know. And I was looking, and I kind of glanced back this way, and I saw something caught my eye, and I said, whoa, those are monks.
Monks.
I saw
Not monkeys, monks.
No, I saw two monks just hoofing through the airport with their sticks, you know, in a suitcase.
They wasn't kumbaya or nothing?
They wasn't doing none of that. They was sticking and carrying luggage. And I thought, holy shit, I've never seen one in real life. This is like a damn shooting star. And so now I'm getting excited. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to go talk to these guys. And then I thought, no, I'm not. You know, I'm going to talk to them.
You don't know monk language, do you?
No, well, no, not that one.
Monk.
But two, I'm going to talk to them, and they're going to look at me and go, we don't do that, you know. And then I thought, well, maybe I can go run over, get in front of them, get a selfie with them. And I thought, no, they might cast a spell on me or something, so I'm not doing that.
Cast a spell.
So,
a monk spell on me.
You know, normally what what Earl would,
Did you get that selfie or not?
Yeah, the next question Earl would ask is, did you get your phone out and take a picture? Well, I didn't get a selfie, but by God, I got a picture of them 2 months.
2 months. All right. You done good.
Huffing it through the airport. You
Yeah.
said I got a stick and a luggage.
They got on
Yep.
staff.
Yeah.
Staff.
The bigger issue was, though, is when they went by and I got that picture, I was excited. I was like, hell yeah, Earl's going to be proud. I did something. And then I got to looking, and I was like, where my fucking... The guy had the same suitcase I did. I was like, listen here, bitch.
Y'all was sharing a suitcase?
No. I thought he stole it first. And
You
then
thought the monk stole your suitcase?
Well, I got kind of worried. I had kind of parked it near me and was, now I'm excited to take a picture of it. I thought
the monks got you all tore up.
he done, snaked it from me. And so I looked and I was like, no, there's mine. That's the same one. And then I got to thinking, hold on now. I got a lot of questions,
Just what if?
Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to give me a lot of answers because they take that, thing where they're like, hey, we ain't talking no more. So I was looking and I was like, we have the same suitcase. I got mine from Walmart. Did this monk roll into a Walmart and get him a suitcase too? Or did someone, bequeath it to him? Or whatever?
Bequeathed it. You think he ordered it online and they delivered it up on top of the Himalayan mountains where he lives at in that cave?
Well, that's what
You
I'm
think
thinking. Then,
Amazon delivered it?
Yeah.
so that ran through my mind, and I'm like, I wonder if he went to a Walmart and where they had one. And then I got thinking, whoa, how the hell did he get a plane ticket? And what's he doing past security?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you liable to see anything in an
I was
airport.
waiting. I watched them till I couldn't see them anymore. I was waiting on one of them to pull out their phone and check into their flight. And then I was going to be like, now I saw a damn real shooting star.
Yeah,
a monk
yeah.
with a cell phone, but he don't talk. What? Can they text? Or is that not allowed?
I don't know. I haven't been
Well,
to
that's not
monk
talking.
school.
I guess they can text.
Well, that was what I was thinking. They could probably email and text.
Because they write.
Yeah,
they
but they
wrote.
just can't verbally. And that's probably way more convenient than writing on a little tiny scroll and putting it on a pigeon's back and just hoping, figure it out, little
The thing I
pigeon.
didn't know is, you taught me, I didn't know the monks didn't talk.
How do you even do that? How do you even send a letter by pigeon back and you can't tell the pigeon where to take it? Like, do you write down the address
And
and
hope he
show it to
reads
them?
I read.
It just,
I
here,
never have understood pigeon world.
what do you do? How do they do what are they doing here? I have so many questions and not one answer for it, other than I saw them and I got a picture of them.
Well, a pigeon might come in handy because I mailed some paperwork to a friend of mine in Atlanta, Georgia. Monday will be 3 weeks ago. From
Still.
Westminster to Atlanta.
You all
110
just
miles.
drove it out there, Earl.
I could have walked it out there and been back. Has he gotten it yet?
No. Well,
This reminds me of that. You said they, they can't talk. So even if they can read, they can't answer.
you have to write it back.
Yeah,
Take a point, probably.
It reminds me of that girl you were talking about. You knew that was deaf and dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she couldn't do nothing either. I mean,
She might have been a monk.
She was not a happy monk in that hospital.
well, I didn't know that monks didn't talk. They don't talk.
I don't know a lot about them, honestly, other than what I've seen in, like, comedy movies and,
Indiana Jones.
like, what's that book that they used to send out to everybody and you'd learn about the world? Not the encyclopedia. What's
National
that?
Geographic.
Yeah. Yeah, you could see them in there.
Well, how would you know they didn't talk?
Because they
Every
won't
mo-
answer a damn question.
Yeah, every movie I've ever seen, they take what they call a vow of silence, where they're like, hey, and I guess they're just tired of it. And that's what, old people should
Tired of
maybe
talking?
consider. Yeah, because
But
they
now,
do
you
it
got to find old people.
75, 85.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a long way to go.
Yeah, but
Not
all the
you
monks,
so much, but me a long way.
all the monks that are old, they're old when they take that vow of silence. I guess some could do it at a younger age, but you got an old monk who's been creeping around in the kitchen making rice all day.
He ain't got much to say anyway.
Well, finally, he's just like, all right, it's time for me to take the vow of silence.
I believe I'll just shut up.
I'm not going to talk anymore. Starting now.
Oh, wait a minute.
And
Yeah.
then his other monk comes in and say, "You want some of that?"
Can't do it. What about when they stub their toe? I bet they start talking then.
Oh yeah.
I bet they use different languages then too.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I know I do.
You're talking tongues.
Yeah, I use some wild language when I stump my toe.
But I thought, man, that could have been a damn. They could have been famous. That could have been like the world's most famous monk and his handler or buddy or whatever. And
And if you're a famous monk, what you famous for? I mean, what's a monk do?
just monking around.
I thought,
Not talking the most.
well, I thought, I really thought that monks, they live, don't they live way up in the Himalayan
Well,
mountains?
some do. They got their monks all over the
Hadn't they got a bell they ring for something?
dinner. It's a dinner bell.
Yeah.
You see,
And
they
it-
can't yell.
it-
They can't yell dinner. So they
Ring
gotta
that bell.
Ring that damn bell.
Hadn't they got something they walk by and turn it as they go by? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They walk by and they set like 10 of them in a row and they go by and they turn them with their hand.
Yeah.
What's them things, Earl?
Well, I don't know what to call it. I've seen. What
Oh, like
they
a
even
la-
got little handheld ones that they just sit there and spin.
Oh, like a lazy Susan.
No, it's just
Oh,
Yes,
like a
it's like
drum.
it's like a barrel.
Cylinder, barrel, yeah.
And you walk by and they touch it and it turns all of them. Turned it. And, I don't know. It comes around and I don't know if it's got letters. Maybe that's how they spell out their name or something. I don't know.
oh, an
Or it could be
abacus.
number or what?
It's an yeah.
Abacus.
That guy from the Catcher in the Rye movie. What was his name?
Right.
Abacus Finch. But yeah, they were just cruising around through there, and it blew my mind. I was like, these guys what are they doing? What's happening? And
Well,
then
the
I got to
big
thinking,
question would be, where have they been?
And where are they going?
yeah,
Because they monks.
yes.
I mean, they
They're
like
opening
they.
a new monk center somewhere, and
Well,
there's
yeah,
one
that's right. And they the master ceremonies opened in the new monk center in Dallas.
Yeah,
So all the monks from around the world, 400 monks gathered at this one place,
could be, yeah. I only saw
dedicating the monk village.
How would you know? They can't talk.
Well, but I wonder if they do that sign language.
I could just, if that's what they were doing, if they were opening up a new monk village in Dallas, and they were there for the opening ceremonies,
Could be.
the news is going to cover it because that's a big deal. You don't have monks just setting up camp locally.
Not
normally.
400 of them anyway.
No, but could you imagine the news going out there and then trying to talk to one of them, being like, "Hey, so this is a beautiful facility you guys have built. A lot of grass, a lot of rice, a lot of sand and rakes. How did this all come together?" And the monk's just like, they're like, "Well, do you have any insight on it?" He's like, they're like,
This ain't working.
"Can you give us any feedback of how many monks you think will be here?" He's like,
A bunch.
"How many?" The news reporter's getting all pissed. He's like, "So you're just not going to say anything?" Monk's finally like, "All right, well, back to you, Janet. I just got flipped off by a monk, so I'm going to get out of here before shit gets
I'm going to
goes
get out of the
sideways.
monk village before I get molested.
Yeah, before I get my ass beat with all these sticks they're carrying around." Do they all know karate, you think, or not?
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
What else they going to learn up there in the top of the Himalayan mountains all day long, every day? And of course, they going to learn how to do that Filipino stuff. The
Jiu-jitsu.
hajjaku. Yeah, hajjutsu and that karate and that judos.
I would have loved. I wish I'd have talked to him.
We do too.
Yeah, because
Talk at
I wish
them.
you'd have
Yes.
talked. Yeah,
At
talked at them, and
Yeah.
I would have liked you had your phone on so I could see you talking at them.
yeah. I should have videoed that, and I should have done it because I could imagine it's like when they get scared or they don't. It's like kind of like a cat, when you scare a cat real hard and it darts off. Monks are different. If I rolled up and was like, "Hey, how you guys doing?" They'd have just sat down Indian style right there, right on the ground, and just not moved.
Like a fainting goat, except it
Yeah.
didn't fall over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they're just sitting there. I'm like, no, it's cool. We can keep going to wherever you're going. They're just sitting there not talking. But then could have got a little dicey because if I keep talking and now I'm scaring them, and you see one monk grab a stick and poke the other one, now they're looking at each other and
They fixing to
They
put
fixing to jump up and whoop your ass
they nod
with a stick.
and you see one of them, open up his suitcase and bust out a little jug of something, and I'm like, oh damn, that's their secret sauce or whatever, monk sauce.
Should have got the nunchucks out too.
But it's the other guy pulls out a lighter, and they just hold him up, And I'm like, oh, no. I've seen this before. I've seen that fella set himself on fire. I don't want no part of this. Not in the middle of a damn airport. I got to get home. And I don't have time for this. And I don't know who to call to get you put out. I don't have a blanket.
Speaking of swimming,
Yeah.
I mean, the what do they call it? Sequest? What? No.
Sequence.
You talking about that submarine?
Yeah.
Oh.
Something Gate. Seagate, not Seagate.
Heaven's Gate now.
Yeah. What was the name of it?
They
Something
find
Gate.
it.
That was bad.
Lionsgate. No, that's movies. It don't matter. What about it, Earl?
Some gun imploded on the way down.
Well, now listen. Here's my question. Okay, all last week, every day we heard, oh, they're gonna run out of air on Wednesday. Tuesday it's late and we can't find them. We don't know where they at. We gotta put. Oh, France is joining in the search and this and that. And then Friday, yesterday, they come out and say, the Navy heard that. Heard it blow up on the ground there, underwater there.
Well,
they heard it last Sunday.
They heard a noise. They
Last
didn't know.
Sunday. Well, what other kind of noise you gonna have over there, Earl?
They say the ocean makes all kind of noises. Now I don't know. I wasn't in the ocean.
Well,
I
they
was in the
listen.
air.
They were in that little tube going down to see the Titanic. Well, first place I'd look's around the Titanic. I'm just saying that's me. They talking about the size of Rhode Island where they got to search for it. No, they don't. Just find the Titanic down there. Go down there near it. And come to find out, the debris field from when it blew up last Sunday is about 160 feet away from the damn Titanic, believe it or not.
They said
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought that?
They said they had to search the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Well,
Rhode Island ain't no bigger than Oconee County.
I was gonna say you can get across Rhode Island in about 30 minutes, I think. So sounds like somebody didn't really give a damn.
Well, see, I'm thinking the Navy heard something last Sunday, and they told them, said we think it was an implosion. Well, yeah, what else did you think imploded under there? I mean,
Well,
what,
could you imagine paying $250,000 to go look at the Titanic?
I tell you what I'd do. I'd
look-
get on Discovery Channel. I guarantee you they got pictures all you'd want of the Titanic down there. You ain't got to go down there. They right there on TV.
and you ain't got to pay for them.
You can sit on your sofa and look at them. You ain't got to get in that little
It's going to
thing.
cost you about $75 a month to watch all the Titanic footage you want
Yeah.
on your DirecTV.
Plus, there's a movie about it too. You can watch a movie.
If you really want to know what happened. I kept just... And somebody said that they were steering that thing with one of those Xbox controllers right there. I got to thinking, okay, I'd have done some investigating before I paid my $250,000. And then when I got there and they're like, all right, put your wetsuit on or whatever, put your spacesuit on or whatever the hell they were wearing, or maybe they just went in their street clothes. I got in there and looked and they're like, all right, you guys about ready? Put on your seatbelt. They're like, fuck, why? And they said they bust
Somebody
that out.
hit the green button.
Yeah, they bust that out and they're like, all right, here we go. They're, whoa, what do you mean, here we go?
Whose turn is it to drive?
Yeah, like, what do you mean, here we go? That's from an Xbox. They're like, well, this is how we steer. They're like,
I don't know about this.
Like, yeah, I've played NASCAR games on a TV with an Xbox, but I'm not getting in the ocean and letting you drive me with an Xbox. They're like,
2.5 miles down.
It's fine. They're like, do you even have extra batteries?
Nope.
They're like,
Good idea.
Daniel, we bring some more double A's? What the If I went with a buddy and we paid $500,000 for the two of us to go, I'd be like, man, let's get out of here. Let's see if we can get a refund or at least a partial.
I wonder if it's a couple of them down there, and like you say, they went down as buddies. But when they got down there and things were starting to look tense, I wonder what them thought. I wonder what
he tastes like.
Yeah. Wonder if I can fillet him like you do a fish. I mean, what's gonna happen? We way down here. I mean,
Just starts
Who's
gnawing
gonna
on
know?
his arm.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Who's going?
Quit it.
Who's gonna know?
Shit's going south. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna see what's happening. Like, yeah, we're gonna be fine. They're gonna find us. Don't try to lick me anymore.
I was up all night last night, boys. I
Thinking about the Titanic.
couldn't sleep. No, it done blew up. Navy knew it blew up last Sunday, and they strung us along all week. And then Friday they tell us, oh, it blew up last Sunday. Yeah. I was having a nightmare, and and I had it all night long. That don't never happen to me.
What was you dreaming you was this time?
Well, I was dreaming that I was in my truck
That you
going to
don't have.
deliver something
That you don't.
somewhere, and I was way out in the country somewhere. There wasn't nobody around nowhere.
Except them two monks come walking by.
So I'm driving on the country road down there, and I look over to the right, and there's a fenced-in pasture.
Cow.
No, they giraffes, and the ones I see, they like 4 or 5 little baby giraffes. They're not tall yet. They can barely see over the fence, but they're all looking over the fence.
We call them deer.
Yeah.
They all looking over the fence. So of course I slow down, and I'm look. What are they looking at? And I see it, and there's a big giraffe, a real big, long neck giraffe. He's laying there in the field, laid out. And I'm thinking, well, what's happened to this giraffe? So I parks my truck, and I gets out, and I goes over there to this giraffe. Okay, and I don't know nothing about giraffes, so I get a stick and I kind of poke him, see if he gonna get up. Go up to his head, poke him antlers on top of his head, poke him a little bit, and he don't move or nothing.
Try to twist him.
He don't move, and I noticed he got a real long neck, a real long neck.
Damn a giraffe.
That's what I thought. Dang, he must be the giraffe of all giraffes right here. Look at that neck. But then I realized he's hurt or something. I mean, he ain't breathing. I got to do something.
I done jabbed him with a stick 4 times. Yeah, he's hurt.
Well, then I realized all them little giraffes over there looking over the fence, I guess them's his kids or something. I don't know. And they looking at me like,
Do something.
help me. Help. And
Them two monks over here to do something.
I said, I done poked him with a stick. I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? I'm not a doctor.
So I think to myself, and this is going on all night. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, only thing I know I might can do is give him CPR. So I goes up there and I breathe in his mouth, but then I got to run
In case he wakes up.
and try to compress him on the chest way down here in his body. So I do this 8 or 10 times, and then I wake up and I'm sweating.
You give out. Absolutely give out.
Yeah. So finally, I wakes up this morning and I ain't going back to sleep. I'm afraid to.
Yeah.
I bet I lost 10 pounds just running back and forth.
Yeah, that's
And the last thing I remember about this whole dream is all 4 or 5 of them little bitty giraffes looking over at me with them old crocodile eyes, looking like, why didn't you do something?
yeah. Why didn't you save him? Why you not save him? He's dead.
So I hope I sleep better tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink whatever you drank before you went to bed tonight. Don't do that.
I figured out this week that they got songs in the world.
Dang.
And
And that they you talking about, they everywhere.
yeah. But the most dangerous song I think they ever created was
It's a dangerous song.
Black Betty by Ram Jam. Because that song comes on, man, and I don't know what it is, but
That's right. Let go of the steering wheel.
Oh, I get in the zone, and I'll just be singing along, and I turn it all the way up. And I did that one day, and I was going down 123, and it came on, and I was like, oh, yeah. And it's got the build-up. It's like, bow, 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 bow. And I was like, here we go. Cranked it up. And then when he starts shouting, whoa, Black Betty, cruising along. Next thing I looked down, I was doing 111 miles an hour. I didn't even
know it. Yeah.
No.
Black Betty will do that.
I was like, I got to turn this off. I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to get a ticket. And I'm not going to be able to explain it that I got in the zone with Black Betty. And
Me and Black Betty were rolling, babe.
yeah, Ram Jam came on and I lost my shit,
And then the next song comes on, Fat Bottom Girls. He did lose it then.
Yeah. I wanted to tell y'all about a unique instance that happened
At the
last
airport
week.
in Dallas. 2 months.
No.
You're in Tola. Oh.
Yeah, sorry. This was a couple weeks ago, I think. And let me find it. I'm going to have to read some of this because I don't remember the exact conversation, but I saved it so I could.
Was you in the conversation?
Yeah. So every now and then I'll get a random text message, and I'm sure that you do and people that are listening get them as well. And, they're probably like spamming or scamming you, or trying to. And
They tell you like, oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong number or something.
Yeah.
You didn't get the wrong number.
so normally I just go in and click block, so they can't message me anymore, and I don't even consider anything. But this time I got a wild hair, and I said, you know what?
I got time.
Yeah, I got time. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what they're actually looking for. So I get a random text message that said, Anissa, I'm Emily. Do you have time tomorrow? Let's do yoga. And I responded, damn, I'd love to, but I think you have the wrong number. This is not Anissa.
And you don't do yoga.
No.
Damn sure don't do yoga.
And they said, sorry, I hope I didn't bother you. I found out I sent the wrong message. I said, no problem at all. Y'all have fun at yoga. And I'm thinking, that's probably where it's going to end. You know, if this was a legit wrong number thing, if it's a scammer, they're going to keep going. Well, they kept going. Thanks. My name is Emily. May I know your name if you do not mind? I said, I'm sorry, Emily. My identity has been stolen 3 times, and I'm in witness protection, so I cannot say. And Emily says, my mistake. This might be fate. My name is Emily. Where are you from? I said, do you not know what witness protection is?
What part of witness protection do you not understand?
I cannot give any pertinent information for fear of my life. Do you want to jeopardize my existence? My God, Emily, get your shit together. And then Emily said, you are social trash, living in the world to waste air. Go to hell, you. And then I thought, oh, Emily's foreign. So that is so hurtful. I'm just trying to live. Why must you act this way? Then Emily turned it up a notch. She said, you go kill yourself now. I said, that is hurtful. I thought we could be friends. I am devastated. And Emily said, then you die quickly, immediately. And I thought, well, now I'm in it. So I said, are you Asian? You know, your text seemed very Oriental. Korean, perhaps? Possibly Mongolian, even Indonesian. I bow to you in reverence. And then I guess Emily thought, oh, well, maybe I do got something going on here, and this is where it kind of took a turn. And Emily said, want to try our big dick? And I thought, no.
Emily.
Yeah, Emily. Our? Are you like conjoined twins or something? I said, what the fuck? I'm going to have to report you. I'm 11. And then Emily said, do you like me? And sent this picture.
Oh, my goodness.
Is that a white hand?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on here. I said, oh my God, are you okay? You look deceased. I'm so sorry for your loss. Then Emily realized, oh, now he's just messing with me. She said, you jump down from your house now. I said, any chance you can send me $1,100? I need new school clothes. Emily said, you die quickly. I said, please do not text me anymore. I am atop the roof and contemplating my life.
Atop the roof.
So no on that 1,100. Emily said, you are a waste of life. You will die quickly, right now, immediately. I said, no on that 1,100, I guess.
That's a hard no.
I'm contacting the authorities now to get you signed up for the sex offender registry. Unless, of course, you got $1,100 you can send me. Emily said, go to hell, you. Twice.
Both of us.
Yeah. She said an hour earlier about a unit, so I said, your face is very horrendous. I believe you are dead. I must report you for sex offenses against a child unless
$1,100.
you can send me that $1,100. She said, you die now. I hate your life. I'm like, okay. I said, I feel sorry for your mother. I'll give you one last chance for redemption. Send me $1,100 immediately, and I will not report you for nefarious acts with your dead ass.
Dead ass.
And then
So when are y'all meeting?
Emily didn't respond anymore, and
And you ain't got $1,100. So
I don't have $1,100, and I reported her to the authorities. I told them, hey, I feel like she's trying to lure a child into sex acts. She apparently has a penis, and She is not. She looks like she's been deceased for about 7 or 8 years.
Well, along with this, Earl,
So-
would you sell your boat if it came down to it?
Yes.
Send her a text and a picture of Earl's boat and tell her for sale $1,100.
Yeah.
I'll float you this boat and get you off the whatever tiny island you're on, and you give me $1,100. We'll call it a day. I won't report you. Yeah, Emily was. She was not doing well, and the funny part is like I'm not going to post the screenshots, but that's a legit conversation with a scammer. And then I got to thinking, well, that was fun. You know, I had time. She probably has my identity. Somebody's probably using my name and likeness in Indonesia right now. They're probably going up to a bar trying to get them a damn beer, and they're like, "Where's your ID?" And they show a picture of me, and it looks like that. And I'm like, So I would not recommend doing that, but it was fun while it lasted. Until she started like trying to have sex, and I was like, she, or whatever it was.
She
And
might be one of
nowadays,
them
who knows?
transverse diets.
Yeah.
Ain't that what you
So-
call them, Earl? Transverse diet?
Yeah, something like
I
that.
thought
Earl, no.
No, Earl don't know.
I thought I'd give her a pass and try to let her get out of this, you know, and eventually it was going to come to money. She was going to ask for some money.
Oh, yeah. You
I
just beat her
thought-
to the draw.
Bam. Boy, I damn.
Now, she was on defense about that money.
I was like that little donkey horse thing that used to wear that cowboy hat and had that weird accent cartoon. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He had the pistols and shit in his pocket. You know what I'm talking
He
about?
thought, yeah.
What's his
Something
name?
Pete.
No. It was a horse. It was like a little white horse who had a cowboy hat, and he was real quick.
Quick Draw McGraw.
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a horse, wasn't he? He was a
And, I guess in his previous life he might have
he was
been
a horse. What are you talking about? Quick
Draw McGraw.
Yeah, Quick Draw McGraw. Hell yeah, he was a little horse. What are you talking about? The horse.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, yeah.
That was me to Emily. I was like, 1,100.